Welcome back to the next segment of our Investor Success Series. So what we've got is a client here that purchased in northern Tasmania. So I'm going to unpack it a little bit more. First investment property experience this investor had was on the advice from her accountant to buy an inner city apartment in Brisbane. So she followed suit and purchased that property, and very quickly, within 4 years, it was valued at $50,000 less than what she actually paid for it. $50,000, and it was negatively geared, so costing her money from day one, and has ever since, and no equity at all through growth to leverage and help her in her investment journey. So what she was really cautious of is to how does she take that next step, knowing that that was the advice of her accountant. So what she's lent into was our professional support. So she just wanted to dip the toe in the water at a really affordable range. So we purchased in Northern Tassie for $220,000. achieving $300 a week. Now this was a lease back from the vendor just as COVID hit. So he was going to move to Queensland and be with his family. So he was prepared to lease that back for about 3 or 4 months, which is what happened. So then the objective out of this investment was to have a value add strategy at some point in time into the near future in an affordable location. So we met those criteria and ticked those boxes. So being able to increase that rent was one of the priorities, although fantastic rental yield as it was, but also increase the value. So what happened at the end of that leaseback term of 4 months, the client implemented the strategy. Wanted to value add. They spent $35,000 on renovation, internal and external, on the property. Outsourced the whole lot, interstate investor. So with the contacts we were able to put her in touch with in the area, we're able to leverage the network. So some 8 months later, the property came in and was valued at $320,000 and achieved a rental outcome of $370. At the first inspection, there were 17 applications at $370. So what a fantastic rental yield uplift from $300 to $370 by spending that $35,000. But let's look at the equity uplift by implementing that value add strategy. We've got now $60,000, which is now leverageable for this client, and we're in the process now of releasing all of that to purchase the next property, all within 8 months.
And we just met with this client just recently to talk about this next acquisition, and you can see the confidence levels now. The fact that she is an interstate investor and has executed a strategy in another state, all via just networks, relationships, the outcome that she's been able to achieve there, and now the confidence she has for this future acquisition, or this next acquisition, as to what strategy she wants to implement based on our support and our guidance. It's really quite empowering.
So it's retrusting, believing back in the process once again. So it's such a profound outcome, this, for the investor, going from an experience of buying that inner city apartment that has underperformed significantly to dipping the toe in the water to now being in a position within 12 months of buying the next asset. So I hope you've seen some value in that. That is possible. This is what's holding a lot of people back that may have taken the first step. And this is something that is possible for you. Although price movements have gone north, don't worry about that in the last 12 months. Absolutely, it has in regional locations since COVID, but these outcomes are still achievable for you. If you see some value, reach out, drop a comment below. We'll talk soon.